But before we do that, we will push forward to 174. At 174, Conor Becker for the Duke Blue Devils will take on Alex Cramer, the redshirt junior out of Grays Lake, Illinois. So we're 174 now, and they did get an 8-point victory. So, nope, they didn't. So they kept it. It'll be 25-0 Central Michigan. They did not get the extra point there for an 8-point victory. So it's 25-0 now Central Michigan, as we've got Conor Becker from Duke taking on Cramer for Central Michigan. Thanks for joining us on our ACC Network Extra coverage here. Tomorrow, all the bells and whistles will be out. Replay, you name it, you'll have it all for North Carolina and Duke wrestling here at Cameron Indoor on ACC Network Extra. Flying solo with you tonight alongside our esteemed producer and cameraman, Matt McCullough. As we have 150 remaining here in the first, still looking for the first point for Becker from Duke or Cramer from Central Michigan. Central Michigan with a 25-0 lead. They're going to win this. Now it's just a matter of how many more points they're going to add on. Cramer getting the nod at 17-8 over Spencer Steiner, who's 7-10, which shows you some of the depth that Coach Borelli has at Central Michigan, as he had half of the 10 weight classes listed 2 wrestlers. As you know, Duke had to forfeit at 133, so this Central Michigan team is really deep. One thing about Duke's team, though, according to Glenn Lanham, is with losing the 2 Fine Silvers, they are not a team like Central Michigan loaded with seniors and veterans, or even for that matter like North Carolina, as it'll be a tough battle against the Tar Heels tomorrow based on that fact. But there is some promise in the future what this Duke team will do down the road. Cramer really close to getting his first points there. You saw right there the official. Now you'll see Becker trying to spin out of it, and it might be Becker who gets on the board first if he can get that right foot released. Becker now gets his body around. Nope, not totally. He's got the leg, and they still wave it off. So for a moment, Cramer looking like he was going to get the first point, and then a split second, it was Becker looking like he's going to get the first point, but it looks like actually we're going to go through the first at zeros. Eight seconds remaining, still at zeros. And they'll count it down. So Conor Becker not sure if he lost a contact. As we get ready to start the second, no score here at 174 between Becker from Duke and Cramer from Central Michigan. Becker from Mount Gilead, Ohio, went to Northmore High School. It'll be Cramer that will start down. We'll see if Cramer can pop up and get the first points. Last year, Becker wrestled at 174 and 184. Had an overall record of 3-5. 2 years ago at 174 was 1-6, and there is the first point from Cramer. Becker, a 4-year letter winner, wrestled under head coach Scott Carr, where he compiled an amazing record in high school at 178-15 over 4 years. Captured the Ohio State title as a junior at 170. 90 seconds remaining in the second. It's 1-0. Cramer on top. Cramer, as I said, comes in with an impressive 17-8 record. Coming up at 184, it'll be Ben Cushman taking on Luke Chaconis. Of course, Duke always strong in the heavyweight department. No different again this year, as Jonah Niesenbaum is quite the show. 2 more points for Cramer, and it's 3-0. Cramer, the redshirt junior, really coming on, according to his head coach, Coach Tom Borelli, now in his 32nd year leading Central Michigan. Mentioned his ties to this part of the world as he grew up just outside of Charleston, went to the Citadel, has flirted with the idea over the years of coming down south, but he has found a home in Central Michigan where it is absolutely breathtaking, a beautiful part of the country. In fact, well, I know the Michiganders tuning in, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So people from North Carolina may not know just how beautiful Michigan is, particularly as you start to get to Central Michigan and then keep on going higher up toward Traverse City and then into the UP. It's 3-0 as we head to the third. And Cramer on top of Becker, and Central Michigan well in front of Duke, 25-0 as we're at 174. Third period underway. Becker, a big-time baseball player and also lettered in track and field in high school. Actually helped break the school record in the 4x100 meters and the 4x200 meter relay in track and field. So an accomplished athlete is Becker. Talked a lot about Hubbard on the other side for Central Michigan, but Becker, impressive athlete in high school, including winning a Ohio State wrestling title. That is no small feat. Much like Pennsylvania, Ohio, a wrestling mecca. Michigan, pretty good state as well, as the shot there. Trying for the sweep is Cramer, and he'll get 2 more points as down goes Becker. So we're 5-0, and now Cramer trying to get the riding point, and he is at the 1 minute right now. Becker will be released, and he'll get on the board. It's 5-1. Ostensibly 6-1 with the riding time. If you joined us late, Sean Spidle with a 4-point win to start against Agan. Doolittle, you saw it, I missed it, forfeited for Duke, so Vince Perez getting the points for Central Michigan. And since then, Nugent at 141, Lovett at 149, Munson at 157, Hubbard at 165, and now Cramer at 174 have rattled off victories, and it's now 28-0 Central Michigan on top of Duke. With 3 more matches to come. Up next at 184, it'll be Ben Cushman